and welcome to Mississauga Local. I know you got used to a handsome devil on this show by the name of Roger Tumminieri. I'm filling in today. My name is Mike Wixon, and Blair Connolly is joining me today. Blair, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Mike.
I'll remind you, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share the show with your Mississauga friends and beyond. And I say beyond because actually this is a good moment in which to address the beyond. We focus mainly on Mississauga, but at a recent MBA, Meadowvale Business Association gathering at Rama Gaming House, where we're recording, we were blessed with the special guest, Blair, joining us all the way from Newfoundland.
This is true.
And so let me ask you this. You found your way to the Business Association how?
I was fortunate enough here with my family. So we came to catch a couple of Jays games, spent a little time at Wonderland, and Paul McCucci, who's a longtime and Shara, dear friend of mine, just happened to have a free night. And Paul said, "Why don't you stop by for some chicken and ribs and meet some of the finer folks in Mississauga?" So little did I know that I was stepping into a wonderful event and have an opportunity to meet you and to jump on this podcast. So it wasn't my expectation for Sunday night, but here we are.
I do appreciate you taking a moment from your vacation to join us. And really, I dragged you in here for a good reason. It's funny, we sit here in the new form of broadcasting and communication, podcasting. And at the same time, so many things in the world are changing around us. And one of them is how we educate, how we train, and how we learn. And you've begun a new experience here in Canada that is really addressing that. Tell us a little bit about the college.
Love to. So Keyin College is where I currently work. So I'm a VP of Business Development and Strategic Partnerships and some international education. It's kind of the three-headed dragon. So I love all the roles, but what I love the most about what Keyin College is doing, and I believe we're doing it a little bit differently than most colleges, private for sure, and certainly public, not to knock the public education system, is to be incredibly aligned with industry. So when we contemplate any program, any curated learning for industry, associations, companies, we always want to make sure that the end product is upskilling the individual or the learner, or positioning that learner for a better experience in life, a better job, a better future. So it's a journey of hope that we like to talk about, and we like to share. We ultimately like to execute for our learners. So it's a special time to be a part of it. I really believe in the trajectory of the school. I believe in what they stand for, and we really, really care about the students and the industries and associations that we help.
It's very interesting that you've aligned education with an actual industry. As I think about it here and we're talking, it occurs to me that most education takes you through the process. You go from kindergarten right through high school, then you get into post-secondary education. You could get a master's, which makes you even brighter.
That's true.
And more educated. Yeah. And then you could get a PhD, which qualifies you really to do what? Teach. So what we've done with our education system is made everybody potentially a teacher.
Not untrue. And I would say there's nothing necessarily wrong with that model. Nothing necessarily wrong with that.
It seems
model.
A little limiting, to be honest with you. But I do think at the college level, having had 3 kids in college myself, it seems like a daunting thing that you will take this program and at the end, you're at the beginning, not established.
On that note, I couldn't agree more. And, again, the belief that we've tried to take as an institution is the end and work backwards. So it's very result focused. That learner has a certain vocation, has a certain objective in mind. It could be upskilling. It could be a brand new career. Our role, our job, our objective, our desired outcome for any of those learners is to get them exactly where they want to go. And it takes a little bit of creativity. You got to shake things up a little bit to do it that way. But I believe the focus is correct. I believe the energy is right. I believe we're doing it for the right reasons, and we've seen incredible feedback from those learners, from those students who again, it is like a journey of hope. And when we see the results and we see that they are in the place that they wanted to go, and they thank you for that journey, it's incredibly rewarding. And again, I believe it justifies the approach that we're taking to education.
So how does this work, Blair? Explain it to me.
Industry alignment. It's sometimes it's super simple. Sometimes it's just going to the businesses. It's going to the industry associations, asking simple questions. What's not working in your current space? What's broken? What would you do differently? How can we educate people better, more appropriately, more in keeping with 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, it seems like education is often based in what we've learned to this point.
Correct, not what's future forward. And the fact is, you can learn anything at any given time in your pocket, but how do you apply that in your chosen profession in a way that's relevant, in a way that puts you ahead of someone else who maybe isn't getting that education, that particular education? I mean, information is a commodity right now. It's how you apply it. It's how you apply it is really where the difference is.
What has the uptake been so far with the project?
I would, at the risk of sounding a little brash, I think the uptake's been incredible. I think we're doing in micro-credentialing, which is, kind of those compartmentalized pockets of education that's very specific to a subject matter, very specific to a certain industry or topic. One of the largest, if not the largest, in Canada from
Wow.
a private post-secondary institution. So, from a small, relatively small institution in St. John's, Newfoundland, or across the entire province, we're rivaling what some of the larger institutions in Canada are doing or even aspire to do. And sometimes in Newfoundland, Newfoundlanders and Labradorians tend to punch below their weight class. We tend to think we can't compete with other people in Canada, other people in Atlantic Canada, Western Canada, when in fact you can, when you realize you're not isolated to an island of 500,000 people, that you're actually delivering quality content to 40 million people. And I think that changes the game when you think a little bit differently.
It is interesting that you can just educate from anywhere with the right program, the right intention, and the right connectivity.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
Well, I wish you guys amazing success. Where can people find out more?
So www.keyin.com. And then even within that website, there is a micro-credentialing subsection, which is largely what we just spoke about. So some of those industry-specific curated learning components. But yeah, within Keyin.com, you can find out a lot of what we just talked about here today. My contact information would be there, which is blair.connolly@Keyin.com. And would love to meet you virtually, in person, and as we talked about, get you on your journey of hope.
Let's get you back on your vacation. But I do appreciate you taking the time, Blair, to talk to us about this, because I do think it's important people get every opportunity they can to get educated as directly as possible to the desired outcome. This is a very cool project.
I think it really matters, and hopefully we're changing lives in the right way.
Listen, I'll recommend you check out the website and reach out to Blair if need be. And I will say thank you from Newfoundland right here to Mississauga. We've brought you one story. Of course, the podcast is full of many of them. So I'll encourage you to go back in time, listen to previous podcasts, but for sure, subscribe and tell a friend about it. Mississauga, we'll see you again next time right here on Mississauga Local. Take care.